I got a voicemail from my wife. She died 10 years ago. Imagine the absolute shock. You're eating dinner, and your phone buzzes with a voicemail. The caller ID? Your wife, Lauren, who died in a horrific car accident a decade ago. Her voice is unmistakable, urgent. Hi, it's me. I know this is going to sound strange, but I need you to listen carefully. You can't trust him. You drop your fork, convinced it's a cruel prank. But the authenticity of her voice chills you. The timestamp shows the voicemail was left just a minute ago. Yet when you call back, there's only endless silence. The word him echoes ominously in your mind. The next day, you're a wreck. You drive home at lunchtime, only to find the voicemail has vanished without a trace. Then, a second message arrives. He needs to get out of the house. He's watching. Even in broad daylight, the feeling of being watched is suffocating. You flee, driving aimlessly, until you return to a house that feels different. The air heavy with an unseen presence. On the mantle, you notice your favorite photo of you and Lauren, a picture you smashed years ago, now miraculously whole again. Tucked behind it is a chilling note. He's in the basement. Adrenaline surges. You grab a knife and creep downstairs, where a mysterious mirror now stands, reflecting Lauren's face, wide-eyed and terrified. I found my missing brother on a forum for the dead. 2 years ago, your brother Ryan vanished. He went for coffee and never returned, leaving your family shattered. Your mom stopped eating, your dad stopped talking, and you simply stopped feeling. Late one night, scrolling through forums about unsolved disappearances, you stumble upon messages from beyond, connecting with the lost. It's an obscure corner of the internet, filled with people claiming to receive messages from the deceased. It sounds absurd, but one comment by a user named Echoing Void grabs you. Sometimes the missing don't know they're gone. Sometimes they're here, looking for home. When asked how they knew, Void replied, "Because I am one." Driven by grief and desperation, you create an account and message Void. If you're really one of the missing, prove it. Tell me something only you would know. The response comes within minutes. What do you want me to prove? That he once broke Ryan's nose during a stupid fight over a game of Mario Kart? That he forgave you before you forgave yourself? Your stomach drops. No one, not even your parents, knew that. The next few weeks are a blur of late-night conversations with Void. He describes his world as a fractured reflection of yours, familiar yet empty, with a perpetually gray sky, abandoned streets, and heavy silence. He can't explain how he got there, only that he woke up in this place and can't leave. The more you talk, the more I found my missing brother on a forum for the dead. 2 years ago, your brother Ryan vanished. He went for coffee and never returned, leaving your family shattered. Your mom stopped eating, your dad stopped talking, and you simply stopped feeling. Late one night, scrolling through forums about unsolved disappearances, you stumble upon messages from beyond, connecting with the lost. It's an obscure corner of the internet, filled with people claiming to receive messages from the deceased. It sounds absurd, but one comment by a user named Echoing Void grabs you. Sometimes the missing don't know they're gone. Sometimes they're here, looking for home. When asked how they knew, Void replied, "Because I am one." Driven by grief and desperation, you create an account and message Void. If you're really one of the missing, prove it. Tell me something only you would know. The response comes within minutes. What do you want me to prove? That he once broke Ryan's nose during a stupid fight over a game of Mario Kart? That he forgave you before you forgave yourself? Your stomach drops. No one, not even your parents, knew that. The next few weeks are a blur of late-night conversations with Void. He describes his world as a fractured reflection of yours, familiar yet empty, with a perpetually gray sky, abandoned streets, and heavy silence. He can't explain how he got there, only that he woke up in this place and can't leave. The more you talk, the more he sounds like Ryan, remembering details no one else could, like the nickname for your childhood dog. This strange communication offers a glimmer of hope, but these whispers from the dead may hide a truth far more terrifying than you can imagine. Hot singles near you. You're not one to click on those garish online ads. So, when hot single ladies in your area flashes on your screen at 2 a.m., you scoff and scroll on. Minutes later, after some mindless browse, you notice the ad has changed. Hot singles only 2 kilometers away. You pause. Ads track location, but seeing the exact distance is unsettling. You shrug it off as a marketing ploy. After refreshing the page, the ad reappears, but the distance has shrunk. Hot single near you 500 m. This time, a face is on the banner. A brunette with unsettlingly pale, almost white eyes. She stares through the screen with a knowing smile, as if she knows you're watching. A quick shiver runs through you, but you blame late-night nerves. You force your attention elsewhere until another refresh brings up a third ad, now covering the top of the page, bold and big. I'm closer than you think 100 m away. Your stomach twists. You peer out your window, scanning the empty, flickering street-lit sidewalk. No one. You try to rationalize it. Hyper-targeted ads, sure, but 100 meters? That's practically your doorstep. You tell yourself to ignore it, but it only gets worse. Another banner loads with the same woman, but her features are distorted, her face elongated. Her grin stretched into a predatory snarl. The text underneath reads, "We see you 50 m." A chill rolls through you. We? There are multiple figures in the background now, other women with those same pale eyes, all leaning forward as if pressing closer to the screen. When you try to close the page, it freezes. A pulsing ad replaces everything. "We're right here 10 m. Your heart thuds. 10 meters is practically your front door. The nightmare has begun to materialize, and the only question is, can you escape the lurking entities outside? My friend walked into the water. I never saw him again. This story is a haunting tale of friendship, loss, and a terrifying encounter. The narrator, deaf since birth, found a true friend in Anton, a red-haired boy who learned sign language and shared their silent world. Their friendship blossomed through university, where they discovered a shared love for hiking in the breathtaking landscapes of Sweden. Anton loved the sounds of nature, while the narrator cherished its smells. One golden morning, as sunbeams pierced the trees, Anton suddenly stopped, mesmerized by a sound the narrator couldn't hear. He mumbled words like, magnificent, stunning, almost magical. They entered a small grove with a tiny lake at its center. On a rock in the water sat a man, hunched over, naked, playing a violin. There was something off about his posture, as if he had been waiting for a very long time. He stood, revealing a strangely beautiful figure, long blonde hair, a chiseled body glistening in the sun. But his smile was crooked, subtly wrong. Anton began walking towards the man, oblivious to the narrator's frantic gestures and pleased to stop. He seemed completely enthralled by the music, unable to resist. Anton, much stronger than the narrator, wouldn't slow down even when pulled back. He moved like a machine, dead set on reaching his destination. He didn't flinch as his foot touched the water. The narrator started screaming, pleading with the man to stop the music, but he only looked back with dead eyes and subtle desperation. As Anton moved deeper into the pond, he licked his lips, revealing a frightening, ravenous hunger. The narrator released Anton's arm, crying, watching him slowly sink, then his head disappearing beneath the surface. They tried to follow, but Anton just kept sinking deeper into the water, gone forever. Everyone says I had a baby. I started to go along with it. This is a true nightmare of perception. 6 months ago, everyone in town started insisting you had a baby, despite you never having been pregnant or given birth. At first, you thought it was a case of mistaken identity, perhaps another short, dark-haired, hazel-eyed girl in town. But your shy nature and southern politeness prevented you from flat-out saying, "You're wrong. I don't have a baby." So you just murmured things like, oh, okay. Then people started bringing baby things. Clothes, a crib, a plugged-in rocking swing, toys, shoes, diapers. It was incredibly weird. At the grocery store, the friendly manager asked about your sweet little girl, asking if she liked the formula he'd suggested and if you wanted more. You just smiled. When you got home, you found formula in your grocery bags and an almost empty can in your cabinet, with no memory of putting it in your cart. Everyone was so kind about it, and the situation was so bizarre that you started to go along with it. "How's the little darling today?" a neighbor would ask, and you'd respond, "Oh, she's wonderful, sleeping through the night." A young woman at your coffee shop asked about a playdate with her 9-month-old and your then 5-month-old. You blew it off. The next time you saw her, she excitedly talked about another playdate and how much fun your two darlings had. She showed you a picture on her phone. "Aren't they just precious? In this picture, your little girl has the most beautiful blue eyes. Her dress really makes them pop." You looked at the picture and saw a chubby baby in a red shirt and blue shorts, with dark hair and dark eyes. It was the only baby in the picture. You went home, opened your bedroom closet full of baby junk, and found a light blue dress. You even called your mom, and she too asked about your grandbaby. Clearly, everyone was living in a reality that you weren't experiencing. You're familiar with the name Holly for a child, but you're left to wonder, are you slowly being drawn into this hallucinatory reality, or is this just a cruel cosmic joke?